So guys, a quick update. This happened. So I think there are two separate problems here, or there may be one problem that has, that has thrown two symptoms. I don't know. However, coming out of Wilson, I've gone from second gear into third gear, and the power kind of just. Regular viewers of the channel will remember that last year I took my Mark II Mazda MX-5 on track at Snetterton, and the results were far from favourable. Long story short, I let the engine run out of oil because I'm an idiot, and I've got to check the oil level at lunchtime. #facepalm. Anyway, that was then, this is now. You joined me at the same track, but this time in a different car. That's right, it's the Puma powered Mk5 Fiesta I bought a few weeks ago, which has been nicknamed Ferdinand. Surely lightning can't strike twice. Once more, I had good friend of the channel Pocket Rockets join me for the day, but I was alone on the first stint on track so I could get used to the car and also re-familiarise myself with the track, which was thankfully a lot drier than last time. Some of you may notice there's virtually no rev matching from me in this video. The reason for that is because it just gave me something else to think about, and it was becoming a little bit of a distraction, and also for my driving setup it wasn't the easiest to do heel and toe gear changes. Right, that's the racing driver excuse out of the way. After getting a few laps under my belt, Chris jumped into the passenger seat to observe what I was doing and what I could improve on. We then swapped over so he could experience the car and get a better idea on what the car could do and what I could do to extract more performance from Ferdinand. After that, it was time for a debrief and a chance for Chris to give me as much advice as he possibly could.
Sorry, how'd you feel? Definitely more confident, right?
Yeah. I think with you need to like be a little bit more like relaxed. Like I don't want to sound like a because I'm here to just give you advice. But you're like I'd say a bit too aggressive with the steering. And your mind's kind of working on one thing only at one time. So like, you know, when we do turn one, which is that fast off the straight, then you come right, and then you come to the hairpin, you're sort of braking, which the braking point's pretty good. You're not getting your clutch and you're not getting into the gear until you're like mid corner. So you're just like scrubbing even more speed off than you need to. So what you should be doing there is braking, get into second gear before you've even got into the corner turning. So then when you're in the corner, all you're having to do is steer out and just throttle out. Whereas at the minute, you're braking, coming into the corner, still not in second gear, you're dipping the clutch into the corner, so it's unsettling the car, and then going into second, and then you sort of then messed up the whole corner because you're sort of like too busy already doing things that you should have done like about a second or two ago. Yeah, the same with the other hairpin Agostini. You're doing pretty much the same thing. So you need to be obviously braking in a straight line. Use that orange cone, I think, yeah, orange cone as a turning point. So then you know that you should have had the car in the gear that you need it before you get into that cone, if that makes sense. So then, as I said, you've got just the you just got the worry of just getting out that corner, just steering and then bringing it out.
Yeah.
And you should see my steering in comparison. I'm like turning like very slight, because most of the corners are like long sweeping corners. So like when you come out, so you know where you come to that bit of curb. You come to that bit of curb where that turn is. So before the straight, so not the corner before the straight, the corner before it.
Yeah.
Where it's like really tight. So you go as wide as you can to the left, then pull in really tight to the curb, take a lot of the curb, and then what the car will do is it will naturally go the opposite direction, and the car will then pull out like that. So you're not actually having to, instead of going like that to come out, so say if you're doing a turn, you're only doing that much, and then you're not needing to do more after you come off the curb. You should just be able to go like that, and then the car, when you're on the throttle, because you'll pick up throttle out of the corner, the car will then almost steer itself. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then the same again for when you then come forward straight to that corner. You're paying for all the track, so you want to use as much. You want to basically take the shortest line, but to do that you need to use a lot of the track on the opposite side to then bring the car in. So when you come out the corner, it's almost like a smooth progression. Whereas at the minute you're sort of like, say that's the edge of the circuit, you're almost like here, so you're having to do a lot more work. Whereby I mean, like, you're braking a lot more, scrubbing off a lot of speed, where you don't actually need to do that. And then it's just getting the car pitched straight. You don't want, so you know where I said when you come up to that last corner where that car spun, you're sort of like coming into it diagonally into the corner, whereas you should be with Corum. It's really weird because it's like a never-ending corner, isn't it? So
yeah.
It's quite scary. You don't know like how much throttle application, you don't know how quick you can go into it. It's like almost like gauging it. That's why I say, like, going from a tyre like this to a cut slick like an AR1, the difference is unreal. Like, you can, on a cut slick in my car, you can almost take it flat, whereas on the Eagle F1s on my car, you're almost like hesitant on the throttle. You're constantly like modulating it because you're like, I don't know how much, don't want it to step out or anything like that. So with Corum, you take it quite wide. You see when you come into Corum, there's a cone like right on the left. So it feels weird that you have to turn like that late and then stay that. You're at that time you're at Corum, you're like really wide. But it's designed, because it's like a bend that comes like that, it's designed that when you go wide, you're eventually going to tuck in and meet to the apex on the right.
With Chris's words still ringing in my ears, I went back out on track to see if I could put some of his theory into practice. As the day went on, I could definitely feel myself growing in confidence, not only in myself but also in the car. I felt like I was getting faster and I was getting into some kind of groove, although I'm fully aware there's still a lot of learning to be done and a lot of experience I need to gain. Ferdinand performed pretty well throughout the day and I was impressed by him. The only slight downside was he was getting through a bit more oil than I was expecting. But of course I did keep him topped up. Up until this point, Patsy hadn't had much time in the car and she loves cars as much as I do, so it was time for her to jump in for a few hot laps. The question is though, did I break the car like last time? Well, the answer is a resounding no! Hooray! Rejoice! I didn't break a car. So the track day is over and man, what a blast. It has been a fantastic day. Ferdinand, you've done us proud, so yeah, very happy about that. Patsy, what are your thoughts? Patsy's a bit tired, so bless her. I haven't really got much energy, but to be fair, it has been, these kind of days, you know, they're just so full of adrenaline that when you actually stop and, you know, well, when you kind of, you know, come to an end of it, you do feel drained. You're like, ugh. So we've now got a long drive back to work and things, so I'll make sure that I'm energized and that I'm not, you know, likely to fall asleep at the wheel because that would be dangerous. So yeah, a massive thank you to Pocket Rockets for assisting, and his fiancée Becca. They came up to give me some assistance, and Chris gave me some guidance on track, so really appreciated that. And I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If so, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. But until the next time guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.